What up, people? It's Jay Gatto here. Um, Today I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna be showing you what I've been drawing lately, and as you can see, I'm working on a character from an indie comic book made by Dan Fan. I know maybe you know her. She is popular in the art industry or something, an art, not the art community, in the art community. And she recently um made this competition for her to promote her new character, her new comic book, um that is in her website. I'm gonna link her this time. I will link her below. Is in my other videos I always say that I'm gonna link certain people, and I don't, and I forget. I might have to go back and redo that, but this time I will link her below. Um, and um, and I wanted to talk about you know art, and in this particular um, what I'm drawing here today is a character that she made, which these days in the U.S. at least. That's where I'm from. I'm from Texas. And it is part of the United States, obviously. But what I'm trying to say is, it's a little risky. It didn't used to be risky, but it is in these days. And I wanted to talk about it today because, the news has been going on lately. People complaining about certain things being cut off from different animations. Like it's almost like females aren't allowed to be sexy, or they're not aren't allowed to, or cartoon characters aren't allowed to be sexy, or aren't allowed to be, too feminine. Um, and it was funny because I was working on this um, on this character. By the way, her name is um, Girl. Is it Orgasm Girl? Let me check real quick. It is Orgasm Girl. Um, and and she is a character who obviously is very sexy, and she's not afraid to show what she got, as you could see. Um, and which in this climate and these times that we're living in right now is not okay to do. It's not okay to be sexy, and for some reason it seems that way. It may seem like I'm exaggerating, or oh, you're just being you're exaggerating or whatever, but that really is the case, man. And it's being politicized, which is crazy to me. um that stuff like this is being politicized without just looking at it objectively, like what it is. This is a character that an artist decided to portray this way, and this is beautiful. And the thing about it is that you can't argue about it, because if you say anything about it, you're considered, or if you say, okay, I believe that um you should be allowed to draw sexy females, and then the argument automatically is, oh, you're a pervert, and all you want to see is titties, and I bet you jerk off to that, like very aggressive personal things, personal attacks. People, they don't just try to listen to you or anything. They just automatically attack you, and that's the counter argument, pretty much. If you say, um you're not letting these artists work, people automatically say, oh, well, those artists need to stop being perverts. And the same people go on TikTok and show their breasts and their boobs and like stuff like this. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. That it's so confusing to me what's going on here in this country. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, to be honest. Um, and so yeah, it's just something that I wanted to talk about, to try to see if you could understand my point of view as an artist. This is not something that I typically draw. I don't. It's not um what I'm doing 24/7. I'm not drawing boobs, but obviously you can see that I can draw that, and I'm actually really proud of how I how I drew Miss Orgasm here. And this is, by the way, this comic book is supposed to be like a comedy. All right, so that's the thing too, man. Like, people need to relax, people need to chill, and realize that art is art, right? Comedy is comedy. There's so many different avenues of art. There's comedy. There's comedy as an art form, right? There's acting. There's so many avenues of art, and we should appreciate them for what they are, which is an art form. I find the same amount of pleasure, drawing some beautiful, boobs and, legs and stuff, the same amount of pleasure drawing that than drawing, muscles on a man. And it's just, appreciating the human body. It is part of it. Believe it or not, it is part of it. Now, um, what you got to understand is this is art. This is not a political movement. This where people that are doing this stuff, they're not thinking about feminism. They're not thinking about none of that stuff, because it has nothing to do with it. And comic books are the same thing. Um, like they'll mention something political, maybe perhaps, um, but that's not their focus. The focus is making good art, and hopefully people will like it. But you know these days everything is politicized. Just um and I think I'm trying to figure out who is demanding you know female characters not to be sexy anymore, and to dress them up more like men. Sexy poses are starting to be a taboo thing. Like, sexy poses ain't allowed anymore. um you know Listen, in my opinion, most females, there's a sexiness about them without them even trying, you know um to be sexy. They have a certain sensuality to them that is, or a certain feminine quality that females have, that is very special, in my opinion, and is different from the sexiness that a man has, which is more masculine, more rough, more muscular type sexiness. So these are the two things. As an artist, I study these things because it is important for me to portray that within a character. But now it's like, if I try to differentiate those two things, the way a female hand moves, the way you draw it is very different. It's not the same way you draw a male hand. A male hand is much more rugged, much more muscular. This is just stuff that you learn in art. Now, what I'm looking at here, is like, they're trying to make it seem, which it isn't that way. They're trying to make it seem like, drawing a female should be the same way as drawing a man, and the sexiness of a man is the same as the sexiness of a female, which is not the case. And to say that, I think is very misleading, and I really don't know what the problem is, to be honest. Um, it's just, how can I say this? When you study, the female body, and you're trying to draw it because you're trying to be good at drawing females. Some people, believe it or not, a lot of artists, they go a long time without even drawing females. And especially like if they're drawing action scenes a lot, or um, um, if they're drawing like superheroes, most of the time they tend to be, males. And so that's what happened to me. I was drawing a lot of males, because most action scenes, require you to draw, a male body, somebody punching somebody else, or a guy lifting up a car over his head, or lifting up another guy over his head, and them tossing him, or breaking somebody's back. All of these action scenes, there's only masculine people involved most of the time, or characters. Um, and so, it was when you start realizing that you're not that diverse with your art, that's when you start to try to learn how to draw females, and you start learning that in order to draw a female hand, it's different than a male hand. And this is scientifically proven. I can look at a male's hand and look at a female hand. I tell you that hand belongs to a man, and that hand belongs to a female. Now that's because I spend a lot of time observing hands, and feet. Those are the main things that I this is what, when I'm drawing a female or a man, the things that change within them, is the hips, right? The hips, a little bit of the stomach, the collarbone, right? The neck, the hands, and the feet. Those are the things that change within the two. And of course, for me as a man, those things are also seem more sexy to me, or more sensual to me, in a woman than they do in a man. But these are the things that are being taken away, in my opinion, when I see, um, these remixes, or publishings of some of these characters. I'm starting to see that they want to take away that femininity. It's almost like they want to take that away and make it seem like, there's no difference between a man and a woman. And that, to me, is crazy, because what I feel like is going on, it's almost like they're trying to say that females are as good as males, but trying to say that they're also masculine, which is crazy. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to be a man? Like, and I'm not saying like I'm not proud of being a man. I'm saying like I'm proud of being a man. I'm happy with what God gave me. But being a female, there's a certain sensual grace that comes with being a female. Um, um, you know, it's almost like they can't appreciate what they have. What God gave them. If you don't believe in God, what you can't appreciate what you got. It's almost like they're ignoring their feminine power, and they're saying, "Oh, we're feminine, but really we just want to be masculine." Which I don't understand what's going on. It's really, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Um, and Yeah, and the main reason I'm talking about this is because recently in the news I heard that and it was funny because I was working on this, and I saw on the news that they were talking about Eminem, the green Eminem, which is the female Eminem. They're republishing they're like a remodel of it, redesign. That's what I was trying to say, a redesign of the Eminem, of the green Eminem. And I saw the design, and they didn't really change much. The only thing they changed is that they tried to make it less feminine, and for some reason give it some masculine squared tendencies. Because that when you're drawing, that's what you're drawing. Females have more curves. Naturally have more curves. They're um, um, the clothes sits on them differently. And even people that design clothes know this. That's why they give females, a heavier cloth, because a heavier cloth that's also a lot more stretchier falls down on a female body a lot better than it does on a man. Um, there's just it's just the way it is, man. It's the way you draw. You when you're designing something, you keep that in mind. Um, but I mean, some people might take that what I just said and they might pervert it and be like, "Oh, you just want to look at boobs, or you just want her ass to show." Or listen, man, it's just art, man. It's all it is, and you guys are politicizing it, and you're making it about right and left, and it makes me feel awkward when I'm over here drawing this character, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh shit, like it's crazy how relevant it is, and how um, people are talking about it. And then they had a new redesign of Mickey Mouse, I believe, as well, and they dressed her on a suit with a suit like kind of like a like suits, like a regular tuxedo suit or something, and then a bow. And I was like, I mean, it's almost like they're trying to make her look like a man. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out what the point is to the whole thing. Like, I'm seriously confused. Like, so I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it. It's crazy to me that it's almost like feminism is saying um it's bad to be sensual in a female way. So it's almost like feminism, in by what I'm looking here, is saying be a man or something like that. That's what I mean. That's what I'm getting from it. Or maybe I'm confused. Maybe a feminist could come here and help me out with that. But yo, this is crazy. And I get the whole thing where it's like, well, women are more valuable than than their breast, or they're showing their breast, or they're showing their ass. And of course, nobody's saying that. But there's a difference between you covering up and you literally dressing like a man. Like, you could cover up and not dress like a man, or you could cover up and still be sexy. It's possible. I've seen it done before. You know, it's very possible. It's I mean, it's one of the things that I like, is when a female doesn't have to show their ass, but they still manage to be sexy. Why? Because they're not losing their femininity. They're just covering up a little, and they're a little bit more relaxed. Why can't you give her like jeans and a white T-shirt? Sexy as fuck. No, but you had to. Don't stand that way. Like, look at the way the Eminem is standing and the way they used to stand. It's almost like sexiness and feminism in itself is being stripped away from the characters, and now being masculine is being feminine. I'm so confused, dude. You don't know what's going on, bro. Um, man, it's crazy. The world is crazy right now. I don't understand anything that's going on anymore. All I know is that there's beauty in both feminine and masculine energies. They both have their place in the world, and they both create balance in the world, in my opinion. I don't want to get too deep into my beliefs on it, but I do want to say this. Something something feels wrong about this. Something feels almost, you know something doesn't feel right about this whole movement that I see going on with this. I can't put my finger on it, but ladies, if you're out there and you're listening to this, there's a way to cover up, but not try to be a man, and still keep your femininity, your nurturing femininity. Um, there's a way to do that. You could still be strong in your own beautiful feminine way, and that is possible. Don't think that you have to be a man to be strong. Um, we need strong women. We do. Men need that now more than ever. But we needed not you trying to be a man. We need you to be a real woman. And this is not the way. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the art in this video. This is gonna try to make it shorter than that because really, I'm just, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on out here. But yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.